So we are going to do exercise 1 in chapter 5. It's on page 155. The question says, Sam Simone is the manager of a family-run pet store. He is deciding whether to open an hour later on Sundays. From past sales on Sundays, he has determined that the probability of 0 sales during this hour is 20%, 1 sale is 40%, 2 sales is 30%, and 3 sales is 10%. The results are summarized in the following table in the form of a discrete probability distribution. So as you can see, I've put in our values here. I have our headings X and the probability of X. So these are the different outcomes. You could have 0 sales, 1 sale, 2 sale, 3 sales. These are the probability of those sales. So the first step is I like to create more headings, column headings here, here, and here, so I can fill out my information. It just makes it much more easy to organize. Usually I do this with pencil and paper in my book, but for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just doing it in Excel. Makes it a little more neat and tidy. So you can see here I have the summation of X times the probability of X. So that just means that we're going to take X, multiply it by the probability of X, and then once we do that all down, then we're going to total these and we're going to add them up at the bottom, and that is going to give us our mean. So first we can certainly do this by calculator. Excel makes it kind of easy for us, so we can just do it this way if we like. We can go equal sign our X value, which is 0, multiplied by our P value, which is 0.2, and that gives us 0. And we just do the same all the way down. We'll go 1 times 0.4 equals 0.4. We'll go 2 times 0.3 equals 0.6. And we'll go 3 times 0.1 equals 0.3. And of course, you can certainly add this up with your calculator, or you can use AutoSum, hit enter, and this here, that value there, is your mean. So now that we have our mean, we can enter into the rest of our formula. So right over here under this E column is the whole formula that we're looking for. So it's just the summation of X minus the mean squared times the probability of X. So we're going to break this up into 2 parts just to make it a little bit easier. Once you get the hang of it, you can kind of just do it all in one string of button pushing on your calculator. But for now, we'll just break it down. So this one is X minus the mean squared. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to go X. We're going to put subtract. We're going to click the mean. If you're doing it manually, of course, just 0, subtract 1.3. And we're going to put that in brackets, which I should have done from the beginning because we want to square it. And to square it, we just put in that simple command. Of course, you can do it easily on your calculator as well. And we get 1.6. So we're going to go through now and do each one. So we're going to use brackets because the brackets need to be done first before it's squared, or else the value will not be correct. So I'm just going to type in the values this time. So I have X is 1, subtract the mean, 1.3, close my bracket, and I want to square it. So I get 0.09. I'm going to do the same thing again. We got equals. This time we have 2, subtract the mean, and we're going to square that. And one last time here, we have 3, subtract the mean, and we're going to square that. So once we have these values in place, well, then we have everything we need to fill out this last equation here. We have this first half and this second half. So we simply take these values which we've found and we multiply them each by their respective probability value here in column B. So Excel makes it really quick and easy to do. We can certainly click, press the multiplication, click enter and it does it for us. Or you are welcome to write it out as well if you choose. 0.09 times 0.4 equals 0.036, and just follow the same pattern. So this is 0.49 times 0.3 equals 0.147, and this is 2.89 times 0.1 for 0.289. Now this E here, this little symbol here, that represents the summation of all of these values. So we're going to add them together. We can do it manually. We can go this plus this plus this plus, plus, how do we get there? Well, I know it's E7, so I can just type that. And it gives us 0.81. Of course, you can auto sum there, put it into your calculator, whatever you prefer. So 0.81 will be our variance. Which is represented by that little O symbol. If you want to know how to do the O symbol, it's Alt 229. And if you want to do the squared symbol, it's Alt 0178. So then you have your variance symbol there. But we don't just stop there. We want to find the standard deviation. Well, the standard deviation is just the variance squared. Or the square of the variance, sorry. So we want to isolate the O. So what do? Well, we take our 0.81 and we square it. We find the square root. So you can certainly do that in your calculator very easily. It's also quite easy on Excel. The square root of 0.81 is 0.9. And that is our standard deviation. And that's all you have to do to solve this problem. You could end with a sentence if you like. The mean is 1.3. The standard deviation is 0.9. But I do find that setting it up like this helps to visualize the equation, helps to simplify all the different steps and keep them in order. And if you do become proficient with Excel, it just makes the calculations so much quicker because it does it all for you. So I hope that this was helpful, and I'm going to go back through and do several of the other examples that were recommended to us. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.